Today, I'll be taking you guys through the neighborhood of Brooklyn Heights in New York City, my hometown, as well as Dumbo, one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of the city. So what do you say we take a stroll, guys? Let's go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Brooklyn, New York, my hometown. This isn't my neighborhood, but I grew up in Brooklyn, just a few minutes away from here. We're in Brooklyn Heights right now, which is a pretty old neighborhood in Brooklyn. As you can see here, guys, we have some carriage houses. These buildings here are called carriage homes because they were occupied by some of the more affluent citizens of New York City, and they usually had horses and carriages. And that's what you're seeing here. These round garages were carriage houses for horses. They kept their horses basically in their homes. There's some more carriage homes over there across the street. Guys, these houses, they look, you know, they've been around a long time. They don't look like much. They go for about $6 million each. $6 million at least. And, you know, the property isn't abundant. You're not, you know, getting a lot of property. But nevertheless, $6 million carriage homes, folks. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful buildings. Here's a beautiful old firehouse. Engine 224. I love the gas lamps. Not sure if they're lit by gas anymore, but it's a stunning building. All right, let's move on. We got a little trip ahead of us, guys. We're gonna head into DUMBO Brooklyn. Again, DUMBO is an acronym for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. Great neighborhood. I think you'll like it. Here we have some beautiful brownstones, guys. Brownstones. That's what they call these buildings. Again, millions of dollars to own one. Well, I should say to own the building, not the apartment, but
you can switch to camera, you'll just be looking at like the inside of your phone.
Beautiful church. Look at that beautiful church, guys. This is called Grace Church. It's been here for 175 years, folks. That's right. Long time. $175. You know, New York City is not, it's not the oldest city in the world, but it was urbanized a very long time ago. In certain places, even in Europe, You won't find too many old buildings because they weren't urbanized. They weren't urbanized until the late 1800s. So you'd be surprised how historic New York City can be. Guys, we're gonna go down one of my favorite streets in Brooklyn right now. Grace Court Alley. Now, these homes are they're all carriage homes as well. As you can see by those garages there. These homes have been here for a long time. And those garages were not because they needed to park their cars. These buildings were built before the automobile industry. So these garages that you see here, these carriage homes, were built for horses. And again, these homes are very expensive, guys. Expensive. It's a beautiful alley here. And yes, they are all inhabited. People do live here. And yes, those gas lamps are still operating, guys. Look at that. Look at those gas lamps. Original gas lamps, period gas lamps. And they're all over the place. You see them? There's some there, there's some there. All right, I'll fast forward a bit. Let's go to the Brooklyn Promenade. And in many of these affluent neighborhoods, you'll find these community gardens. It's locked right now. They close them usually in the evening, but they're basically big backyards for the residents of the neighborhood. seems like a traditional dance. Not sure where this tradition stems from. Perhaps Romania. If my memory, if I recall, I think this is a Romanian tradition. Guys, I want to give you guys a quick look at the cityscape, and then we're going to head more into Brooklyn.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to
A lot of people hanging out. It's a beautiful day. And here we have the Manhattan skyline, which I don't think I've ever showed you guys. Because I usually stream in Manhattan, and so you can't see the skyline if you're in Manhattan, right? So it's nice to see it in Brooklyn, from Brooklyn. And I want to get a little closer and give you guys a look at the buildings. All right, let's zoom in. There we have Lower Manhattan, and you can see the Staten Island ferries, those orange boats. Those are the ferries that take you from Manhattan to Staten Island, where I live now. And I think there's the Statue of Liberty too. There's the Statue of Liberty right between those masts, those boat masts. And just ahead is the Manhattan, the Brooklyn Bridge. And the Empire State Building in the distance. Holy cow, that bird almost flew into my face. Okay, we should be arriving in about 10 minutes, maybe less. For now, we'll enjoy the views. It rained a little bit today, just a light drizzle, but it's not supposed to continue, so I don't have to worry about my camera equipment getting it wet and stuff. There are so many dogs in this neighborhood, my goodness. Everyone has a dog. Everyone. And I just lost my last one, and it's kind of like, I like seeing them. But it kind of makes me a little sad, to be honest. There we have Brooklyn Bridge Park. Hey. Man, I could go for a slice of pizza right now. Okay, guys, what do you say we fast forward a little bit? Whoa. Man, those electric bikes really do fly. Lots of street art here in DUMBO Brooklyn. We're now exiting Brooklyn Heights. Again, known for its slope. As you can see, guys, Brooklyn Heights. George Washington used the terrain to his advantage during the Revolutionary War because of its, he had the advantage of height. And as you can see, the slope, and hence the name Brooklyn Heights. It's a high point, but we're now going into DUMBO. DUMBO Brooklyn, which stands for down under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. Again, there's the Manhattan Bridge in the distance. We're going to get a close look at it in a few. Old port town, lots of factories, old factories. And, Brooklyn is no longer a port town. All right, so should I? Yeah, let's head this way. Let's see what's going on over here. Here we have the original and world famous Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory, folks. By the way, that building right there, that was an old firehouse. The boats used to dock here, fire boats. But now it's an ice cream shop now. It has since been repurposed, folks. It has since been repurposed. Nice building, old firehouse. Let's get a closer look at it. Very old building right here, guys. Used to be a firehouse. In the old days, they would dock the fire boats, and those boats still do exist. Just not here at the moment anymore. Dumbo is a very, it attracts a lot of tourists. This is definitely a tourist town. So, as you can see, guys, it is currently Wednesday, and there's a lot going on. There we have the River Cafe. Very, very popular restaurant. A little expensive. I've never eaten there, but I had a friend once who used to swear by this place, man. He used to come here all the time. Right under the bridge. Okay, guys, we're gonna move away from the waterfront and move inland, and I'm gonna give you guys a look at an iconic view, one of the most photographed places on earth, one of the most Instagrammed photos on earth. But before I do that, I want to give you guys a look at some historic pizzerias, very popular ones, as well as a look at a historic building just up the street here. This is, by the way, the second location of Shake Shack in the country. Here we have Juliana's Pizza. It's been here for a while. Very popular. Popular spot, guys. Popular. Now, like I said before, New York, Brooklyn, this town, DUMBO Brooklyn, used to be an old port town. And this is an old factory that's been around since about 1893, guys. It's been around since 1893, and can you guess what it is now? Condominiums, guys. Condos. That's right. Now, guys, you may be familiar with this place, Grimaldi's Cold Brick Oven Pizza. This is the original location, located here on One Front Street in an old bank. Popular spot. And now I want to show you guys a historic building which has been here for quite a while. It's now a bar, but it used to be the main office for the architects and engineers that built the Brooklyn Bridge. This is where they gathered and planned and executed their formula to build the Brooklyn Bridge. This was the office. This was it. Okay, let's move on. Everyone is enjoying their Grimaldi's pizza. And if you happen to be near one, I highly recommend it. Good pizza. Again, they franchised multiple locations all over the United States. Now, just ahead is another old warehouse that has since been repurposed. There's actually many of them. If you notice, guys, a lot of these windows have shutters. That's because certain products would be damaged from the sun, and so if you were storing things like, I don't know, things that, you know, don't do well in sunlight, food products, they would have to shutter the windows, and that's why you're seeing these metal shutters all over the place here on this old building. Former warehouse, really beautiful. Speaking of former warehouses, we have another one right here, and this is now a movie theater. That's right, it's a movie theater. And I want to give you guys a look at this inscription on the brick wall. Let me know what you guys think about this. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. Very profound stuff, guys. Very profound. Okay, we're almost there. We're gonna end this thing. I want to show you guys the iconic view, one of the most photographed places on earth. Stay tuned. We're gonna be there in about 5 minutes. But first, I want to show you Jane's Carousel. Again, another look at the theater here. Old warehouse converted into a movie theater. We're gonna pass by Jane's Carousel, and then I'll give you guys a look at Pebble Beach, and then we'll head to the famous Washington Street, the most photographed place on earth, the site of one of the most Instagrammed photos. All right, that was Jane's Carousel. Now here we have the Manhattan Bridge. This was built in 1910 because the city was growing so fast. The Brooklyn Bridge just could not sustain the traffic and all that, and so they had to build another bridge. And man, look at that ship. Holy cow. Looks like an oil tanker. Now this is all new, this chain link fence. I'm not sure why they put this here. I think it's because of the construction, this barge. I've never seen this barge over here before. Okay guys, we are almost there. Give me a minute. Give me another minute and we will see the site of one of the most photographed places on the planet of Earth, folks. By the way, you're gonna hear a lot of noise because of the train. That crosses the bridge. Okay, guys. 30 seconds. You're gonna see one of my favorite views in all of the city. One of the most photogenic places in all of the world. Supposedly, it's the most Instagrammed shot, an iconic view. We're gonna turn around in a minute. I'm gonna turn around in 2 seconds. You're gonna notice a lot of photographers here. Lots of tourists. Lots of photo shoots taking place. Again, it's Wednesday. It's not a weekend. But here we have it, guys. How beautiful is that? And what's really nice is that you can see the Empire State Building right between the two pillars of the bridge. Very nice. Never gets old. Never gets old, guys. Never gets old. Lots of photographers, tourists, popular joint. Again, guys, these buildings used to be warehouses. And can you guess what they are now? Condominiums. That's right. Very old, 1800s. They used to be counting houses, counting warehouses. Now they're condos. But even though they're the buildings have been repurposed, they still remain just as they were. Original lamps. All right, one last look at the Manhattan Bridge. And what do you say we walk underneath it? Again, lots of photo shoots. Like I said, one of the most photographed areas in all of the world, folks. That's right. And if you're a movie buff, you might remember that view from the movie Once Upon a Time in America, a movie directed by Sergio Leone. Classic film. They filmed it over here in this neighborhood. They filmed it in this neighborhood. Many scenes, at least. And guys, to my right is Gleason's Gym. Gleason's Gym, it's a boxing gym. Mike Tyson trained here. A lot of famous, successful boxers trained at Gleason's Gym. And here it is. Gleason's. DUMBO Brooklyn, again, an acronym for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. Another old building right there, old warehouse. And so, well, guys, again, the neighborhood is called DUMBO because we're down under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. Always construction taking place on that street. I don't think it's ever going to end. There's a look at that beautiful stonework there. Look at that, guys. 125 years old, 120 years old. Down under, DUMBO Brooklyn, folks. I love it here. It's a bit gritty. I love gritty. I love the grittiness. Love it, love it, love it. Love the history, love the architecture. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, folks. And if you can, be sure to hit the like button. Hit the sub button. It would help me out a lot. It would help get the content out into the public, into YouTube land and beyond. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate the viewership. I'm glad so many of you guys are enjoying these walks. It encourages me to continue to create content. Train is coming. I told you it gets very loud when that train passes. Steel bridge, steel train. I don't know how people sleep in these apartments, and they're very expensive as well. Anyways, guys, again, thank you for the viewership. I'm glad you guys are enjoying these walks, and it will encourage me to create more. I'm going to end it here. Where else but to end this thing? But down under, the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. How's that for a view, guys? One final look at the ESB. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Until next time, this is Antonio signing off.